Hello, welcome to 10 at 10. My name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Educational Research Center here at Murray State University, and welcome back to 10 at 10. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council of West Kentucky, KY Innovation, and our local partner, Sprocket Innovation in Paducah, and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. So welcome back to episode 168, as it is a even number episode. We are taking a look at the news over the last few weeks to see what is in there that we can learn from, that we can help make ourselves, our families, and our organizations a little safer. So let's just dig into the news. First article, I think it is interesting. It's relevant because there's so many of us that are watching this right now that are AT&T customers of some form or fashion. But there's an article: threat actors leaked 70 million plus records allegedly stolen from AT&T. And I want to make sure that I highlight allegedly, because AT&T indicates that there's no indicators that they have been compromised. So did it come from AT&T? Did it come from a third party? Are they just flat out lying? I honestly don't know. But that part of it is not what I want you to learn from today. What I want you to learn from today is that down here in this article, it highlights, first of all, they took name, they took phone number, they took the physical address, email address, social security number, and date of birth. That's some really important personal information. So first of all, that is interesting in and of itself. But you have heard me over the years really emphasizing this is about making money. This is about what can these threat actors do to get a return on their investment, to make money. It's about revenue and profit. So they actually, it notes in the article that the group has asked $1 million to get access for to get the entire database, and $200,000 for individuals or groups to get access to the database at all. So they're selling that information. Now, in this case, it's $1 million for 70 million records. But it's all about making money. It's all about making money. And that brings me to another article that I came across that we've talked about this in some form or fashion, but according to this article, and this is the it's referencing Flashpoint's 2024 Global Threat Intelligence Report. But in 2023, 17 billion personal records were exposed in data breaches. 17 billion personal records. That is an increase of 34.5% in 2023 over that previous number. And researchers have also observed a 429% spike in stolen or leaked personal data in the first 2 months of 2024 compared to last year, the same period. So the point is, whether it's the AT&T breach, we talked about the Moab, the mother of all data breaches, a few weeks ago. There's a lot of things happening that we can't assume that our records are not out there somewhere that somebody has access to. So we need to take assumptions. Good friend Wes Spencer, and I highlighted him last week too, so he gets a shout out 2 weeks in a row. But he always talks about left of boom and right of boom. That before the incident and after the incident, we need to plan that our personal information has been stolen, and then what? We need to assume that right of boom mentality, that the incidents happen, our data has been leaked. What do we do to best protect ourselves? And perhaps we'll talk about that in a upcoming episode where we can focus on that issue the whole time. But anyway, so that's a really important piece that keep in mind, is that these breaches are happening, they're increasing, and frankly, they're likely to only increase going forward. And part of the reason for this is the new strategy of ransomware attacks. We've talked about this, but the new strategy of ransomware attacks is that because there's so many government entities that are telling you not to pay the ransom, these threat actors are having to come up with a new way to convince you to pay the ransom. So before you get hit with ransomware, they're spending a little bit of time on your network to steal your information. So they're stealing these records, and then if you don't pay the ransom, they're releasing that information. So you have the ability to prevent that information from coming out, in theory, by paying the ransom. Now, the problem with that theory is that you're trusting criminals to not do it. And 2 weeks ago, when I was going through the news, I highlighted the fact that there's a large number of people that are getting infected with ransomware a second time from the same organization. So they're not following through what they say they're going to do anyway. So that may not matter too much. I want to point this out because, we talk about ransomware, we talk about those types of issues all the time, but one of the early reasons that people were hacking into Facebook was not to steal information, but was to get clicks, was to just get clicks. So, back in the day, and we've had speakers come to Murray and talk about this, but back in the day, if you saw one of those share this and win a free iPad, or click here to win a free iPad, or those types of things, it wasn't necessarily about stealing your information. These organizations were getting paid to add 50,000 click-throughs to our website or to whatever it might be. And instead of going through Google ads and different things, they were using Facebook credentials to log in, post something on your profile, your friends would click on it, and then they would be able to go on to the next one, log out, and you'll never know that you were compromised. And frankly, you might even think, well, I accidentally shared that. I didn't mean to. I don't know where I did it, but you'll question it enough that it won't be a big deal. Well, there was a new article that came out, and this was dated from about a week ago, where fake obituary sites are sending grievers to porn and scareware pages. So these threat actors are creating fake obituaries to get you to click them that just sends you to another website. They're getting they're making money by these websites to get you to visit. They're just trying to increase visitors to their webpage, and they're doing it through creating fake obituary pages. I mean, it's ridiculous. The links that these criminals will go through are just not matched. I mean, they will do anything and everything to get to make money. And that is something that you need to remember, is that they will do anything to make money. Another article that I think is really important, this came out on the 26th. Only 5% of boards, meaning the boards of directors, oversight boards for nonprofits even, only 5% of boards have cybersecurity expertise on the boards, despite the financial benefits of having that. So in the US, as you'll see on this chart or on this table, only 6% of companies have a cyber expert on their board. Now, let me be clear. I'm not advertising and saying that I want to be on everybody's board. I'm not saying that at all. But there is a lot of liability now that is being seen at the board level of organizations. If you don't have a cybersecurity expert on your board, first of all, you may encounter problems that you don't realize. There's ways to improve the cybersecurity governance, compliance, performance even of your organization at the leadership board level and push it down. So if you're not able to include that expertise on your board, then you're really missing something on that. And frankly, we're not that far out of line of everybody else. France is above us, but everybody else is below us according to this study. But that is something that I would strongly recommend that you consider. All right. Well, I'm out of time. So let me stop there for today. There's a lot of articles I didn't get to, but that's always the case. If you have questions on any of these topics, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am always willing to talk to you about what's going on in the cyber world. If I can help you, please let me know. Please reach out, and my contact information will be on the next slide. Thank you for joining in, and I'll see you next week back here on 10 at 10. Thank you. Bye.